Hello, I'm Frederico van der Kellen, your host, and welcome to Remotely Speaking, the podcast that shows the challenges and opportunities of the remote world. Since our workday has dramatically changed, it became necessary for us to adapt faster than ever to the present reality. So, debating the topic remote has presented us with an urgent matter. Several talking points were chosen in order to enrich this podcast: work, teams and career management, home office productivity, nomad life, work life balance, and so on. So, we really want to provide our listeners and viewers with cutting edge information, tips, points of view based on testimonials and experiences. So, don't miss our updates. Hello, dear listeners. It's good to be back with another episode of Remotely Speaking. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the challenges of home office and how to overcome them. So I'm very excited to present you with our next guest who will share her experience on this topic. So our episode's guest is Liliana Costa. Hi, Liliana. How are you?
Hi, Frederico. How are you? Thank you so much for having me here.
Liliana Costa has an amazing experience. She is currently working as an experience and innovation partner at one of the major pharma companies in the world. She has been an employee experience project manager at NetJets and also worked with other companies like Siemens. She has an executive master on positive psychology and also specialized in emotional and spiritual intelligence and palliative care. So an amazing experience. So first of all, congratulations for this amazing and enriching experience that I imagine that you must feel very proud of it. And it's a pleasure to have such a guest with such a different experience and someone who has actually done different things.
Frederico, thank you so much for having me here again. Thank
Pleasure.
you for the introduction, the way that you have presented myself, my experience. I would like to tell you that, yes, I did loads of different things, different also courses and degrees and masters and everything, because curiosity is part of my DNA. So I really think that this can be like a main thing to see the world on a different way. I can tell you that whenever I go, wherever I go, the big learnings are always on the no's that I get. So imagine if you have and you get a no, oh my God, why not? Then you can look on the other way and you see a different door. So maybe that's my way. It's not that one. I thought that could be. So yeah, curiosity, it's amazing. I love to learn more. I love to read. I love to listen to people. So I think that's why I get here and that's why I'm talking to you today. So yes, please let's make this a conversation, not just me sharing.
Definitely, yes.
And I really believe that we can inspire people. We, as a human beings, can inspire each other. So let's make this an inspiration moment.
For sure, for sure. And it's very interesting what you just said. And I wanted to start our conversation asking you, given not only given your experience, but more than your experience, given the nature of what you're currently doing, what are the challenges or the main challenges of working from home for you?
Yeah, for me, I can tell you that different things, and along the last year, different stages. So before was like fear and what is this new normal? What people are feeling afraid? What are the emotions? There is some virus outside. So how should we deal as human beings and then with each other, with our families? A lot of unknown things. So it's difficult to have a plan when you don't know anything or almost anything. But then, okay, there's a new normal and let's live with this. So you set different opportunities, you set different energies, and you start to deal with people, with yourself also, because it's not easy to deal with yourself in an unknown world and this fear of not controlling things. No one is in the power of control things, but we think that we have the power to control our things. Well, guess what? No. So that's no thing. So then I can tell you that people started to trying to stratify, to organize. But nowadays, I think that it's like a mess. It's really difficult to have a balance. We speak a lot about work-life integration, but it's more work, it's more life, where you can draw the line. Is there a line? It is healthy to have a line or not. Or maybe it's easier to train in the morning, then you get like a few calls, you get a lunch, then you can make your yoga, and then you can work till night. What is healthy for you? What is balanced for you? So now for me, I'm really on this stage trying to understand what is balanced, what is good for me, and how this impacts others. Because you work like a team. Of course, I don't have kids yet, so maybe. So I can understand that people with kids will have a lot of challenges that are not inside of my house, but I need to be very like very empathic. I need to be very like kind with them, because if they cannot work at 9 a.m., okay, I will wait for them to be ready to work. So, and this is impacting my life, but I think it's part of the challenge, and it's really like an experience. Like it is an experience.
So in that sense, would it be fair to say that part of the challenge of working from home is to find that balance?
It is, but it's like every day, every minute, every hour.
The
You can
process.
set a plan, but yeah, guess what? Your plan it's not for today. Maybe for tomorrow or the other day. So you need to balance, and you need to like see your emotions, because you cannot disconnect nowadays. Yeah, you have a plan and you have tasks and you have deadlines. Yeah, but you have emotions, you have fear, and you have like, what is, should I go home? I need to pick the kids, I need to go to the supermarket, and I need to do the lunch. So a lot of things, emotions, and a lot of feelings that before I think that people could like split, that okay, now I'm at the office, my emotions are outside. Nowadays, I don't trust that.
And do you think that and listening to you and also for our listeners and viewers, um, having a master's in positive psychology, would you say that definitely helps you somehow in or helped you or is still helping you in dealing and overcoming some of the challenges of having your freedom, well, all of us having our freedom condition? So
I can tell you that first, I'm still finishing, so we'll be finished by the end of July. But yes, I can tell you that I can see things on a different way, because even the bad things can have something positive, and that's the thing. It's not about always being optimist. Oh, the good things. No, it's not that. It's even the losses, even the challenges, they can have a lot of positive things. So let's focus on it. Let's give the focus on this. So and bring things like gratitude, like reflection, like things like be kind, or work with empathy, with human connection, that I believe that could be like the trigger and the thing that can make difference for then go to strategy, plans, objectives, goals. So let's let's create this connection between us, because we are all human beings and we have this sense of belonging, no matter if you are at home, if you are at the office, or in the family, or in the team, or in the company. It's always the same. And I learned that with my PhD that I'm also doing in marketing. So I really focus on how employees are the real marketeers inside of a company. And this sense of belonging is amazing, because as human beings, we need to belong to something.
It's definitely a very important point, and one of the other podcasts that we have, it's going to be about how to coach people remotely, and the guests, our guest, in a conversation with our guests, we were actually talking about how to maintain and increase the sense of belonging in times like these for employees. And it's something that it's not only very challenging, but very demanding. So it demands a lot from a manager, from an executive director. So that's what I wanted to where I want to go to in terms of the direction of the conversation now, is that, okay, we've been talking about some of those challenges, and going deeper into what you do now, and the nature of your work and your current role, what are some of the specific challenges that you and your team had or are still having in common, and in terms of work, and what do you do or what are you doing to overcome those challenges
Yeah.
yourself and together with your team?
So I can tell you, work-life integration will always be an issue and a challenge. I like to think like it's really like a challenge, a thing that will stay forever with us as long as we are alive. So yeah. Also, communication. Communication is always like a trigger. People say, "Oh, we need to communicate more. We need to share more. Maybe we need to communicate better with more efficiency." You know that sharing the things and how to share things. Emails are really communication. Mm,
It's written communication.
yeah,
Yes.
but maybe I'm just telling you what I think, what I feel. I'm not sharing you. I'm telling you. Is that communication, or it's better to have like a Teams or a conversation one on one, or just to give a call with someone and share thoughts and share ideas and share emotions?
I understand your point. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, okay, communication, yes, it is. It's written communication. The point maybe that you're trying to explain is that, okay, is it the is it the best or the most suitable
Yeah,
way to communicate
yeah,
given this or that
yeah.
context or that situation? So
And
actually you have to evaluate
yeah.
whether the best way to communicate with your team.
Yes, and what I've learned on the last experience that I had is like the active listening. It's very important to communicate. And on an email, you are not listening to to like no one. You are just,
Yeah.
I'm doing this, I want this, I'm feeling that. Well, I'm not listening anyone. So let's have a conversation. Again, also another challenge that I think that it's a part of the thing, it's the culture. So how you manage people, how you engage people, how you get people to live your purpose, your mission, your values as a company. If we are not connected on a human way, well, we are connected here, but I think it's totally different and can be a huge challenge because I'm telling, oh yeah, today I'm very happy.
Yeah, and what did you do to overcome those obstacles, those challenges, or how did you manage to stay connected to your team, or to make that your team connected to you, and to work on that connection or that sense of belonging? So all those challenges that you're now sharing, what did you do to overcome them?
I can tell you that we you can have like master things and also small things with a huge impact. So you can
Yeah.
create moments like people can be like with an informal conversation, sharing their thoughts or their emotions about changings or about the times or about challenges they have at home. More, we can go deeper and promote one-on-one in terms of work-life integration. Tell me what is for you the work-life integration. What is this for you? I can tell you as a company what I think that is, but like let me listen to you
So
again.
like individual meetings or
Yeah.
individual conversations with the members of your team. So okay.
And with that, get the insights from the team and that let's work on this. Because it's totally different, I think, from what I think you need and from what you are telling me that you need. It's different. You need to be brave as a company to have this space to listen to everyone. But I think it's really, really important. And more things. Again, I think that the small things and also the way that we need to create funny moments also because people are people and we know that we have a pandemic and everything, but well, we are alive and we need to smile and to share things because we need to also to celebrate a few things that we are achieving.
Definitely. Yeah, and it's also a way of people becoming more connected to their teams and to their companies, to their employees, to their employers. Yes.
I think it's that really the key, no matter what you are doing or planning, it's to involve people and to listen to people, like understanding that, there could be some fear, some vulnerability, and we need to change things. So maybe why not just share that today I'm not really good and I don't need or I cannot do a lot of meetings, or maybe tomorrow the power of no. So today, no, I won't be there because I need to be with my family, or maybe, or yes, today I can work more because I have more energy. It's not easy again, and it's not easy, but well, things are changing a lot, and the future is now. So
And one of definitely the challenges that people are having now that they're working from home is to how they can, well, some people, how they can manage to stay organized while working from home.
Yeah.
There are a lot of sources of distraction. There are a lot of things going on because people found themselves in a situation where their personal life and their professional life merged into the same physical space.
Yep.
So, which is something different. Okay, professional, personal lives are always together and hand in hand. They go hand in hand. But suddenly, people saw themselves. Okay, I work where I live where I work.
Yeah.
So part of the challenge of working from home lies in staying organized.
Yes.
So how, in your opinion, given your personal slash professional experience,
Mhm.
how can we manage to stay organized while working from home? What works for you? So we
Well,
could share some pieces of advice
thank
with our listeners.
I can tell you that for me it can be easier because I don't have kids again. And I think that kids can be, it's not a problem, of course, but when you have someone that depends
Well,
on you,
I think it would be fair to say that for some listeners that, well, can be a problem. Yeah, it
you
can be
you
a
have like a
problem.
human being that depends on you. Mom, I need to lunch. Mommy, I need attention. Mommy, I cannot do this. Mommy, I can. So you need to, it's difficult to focus on what you are doing when you have someone needs you. Like
Yeah.
it's really complicated. But for me, the way that I see it's like every day it's a different day. So imagine, even if I organize my day on the day before, I can wake up and I will like, oh my God, my energy, it's not good today. What I'm going to do? And I can have like, oh, I'll start with yoga, then I will have my breakfast, and somehow I need to accept that day would be different because my energy is different. So let me reorganize everything. So I think that one of the advices should be kind with you, because you don't need like a plan. You're not, well, we need to have a plan, of course, and we need to be organized, but someday somehow we need to change things and be kind with us. So today will be a different day because I'm not having that energy. So today I don't want to put a makeup because today I'm not feeling that energy. But I can tell you that during all this pandemic, I'm putting my clothes as I'm going to the office. I'm doing my makeup because for me it's like my routine, and I need to feel that I'm part of the same thing. I can tell you that I've brought more sports, so I'm doing like a training in the morning. Then I will do like a meditation because I like to breathe and to reorganize everything. Then I can do my yoga. So a few days I will start at 9 and I will finish at 6, but another days I will start it at 11 and I will finish at 10 because it's my balance. So be kind with yourself and try to organize. Don't be that straight with the plan.
Or so rigid. And it's something very interesting that you mentioned was your levels of energy, knowing your own energy levels. And
Yes.
we all have different types of
But
energy.
let
Whether
me just add you
yeah,
something, Frederic, because a lot of people speak about time management, but it's more than time management, it's energy management.
That's exactly my point. Actually, one training module that we implement, and I partner with another trainer, and we give that workshop. It's about time management, like the title itself. But it's much more than that because and it's something that time and energy, they have one very particular thing in common, is that they're both resources that don't last forever.
Yep. Yep.
We don't have unlimited time and we don't have unlimited energy.
Yep.
So understanding your own level, your own energy levels, it's really important to say, okay, should I focus on this task during this time of the day or in the afternoon?
Yep.
Of course that sometimes we don't feel very energetic, and we still have to do tasks that require a certain
Yes.
amount of energy,
Yes.
definitely. But
Yes.
it's important for us
Yep.
to have that balance that you mentioned, to, okay, understand, okay, at least I know myself a little bit better, and I understand that, okay, in order to reach the standard or the level of productivity that I want in this particular task, I know that I need that that particular time of the day.
Yeah.
It's more suitable for me and for
Yeah.
my energy. So that's definitely very very important. It's a very valuable piece of advice that you're sharing. The
I
energy
think
levels.
we need to be kind and humble. So yes, of course, I have my calendar, and I always block my lunch time, and I have time for myself. People can go there and see my time because I'm doing my projects. But of course, if someone calls me and I need this, can you help me on this? So I will try to help. But again, flexibility, it's a lot of responsibility because whenever you say to your team that, okay, you have your time, you can manage your time, your energy. So then let's go to the responsibility because you need to deliver things and you need to be kind with you and with your team members. So it's not easy, but it's fun.
Not and also I think it's also important. It would be important. It would be also good if you could share something about that. Is that be kind, definitely. But also depends sometimes a little bit the culture of the company that you work for. Well, if you work, if
Yeah.
you have your own business or you work for yourself, but a lot of people work in big, middle dimension and big companies, and depends a lot on the culture of the company, right? So in terms of the culture that you have in your company and the culture that you have in your team. Was it easy to switch on, switch off in terms of work? Yeah. So
Not
what can you tell us
easy.
about that?
No, it's not easy. And the first thing, it's with us, with ourselves. We need to be kind and be truthful because sometimes I need to say no. So why I cannot say no to others? It's like I'm not treating myself the way that I ask others to treat myself. So it's not like I'm being disrespectful with me. Sometimes it's not easy. So again, be kind with yourself. If today you cannot be there, if you cannot do that, so let's say it. Let's
Yeah.
today I cannot be there. Of course, I work in a company that it is possible, but again, we need to go people, and we need to say people, it's okay if you cannot be there. Because otherwise you can be there, and I'm not adding any value. I'm just draining my own energy. I'm not doing anything. So, am I really should be there? Should I really be there? So, it's not easy, but again, there are a lot of companies that you need to be there, and that's it. You cannot even ask for a different thing because a lot of companies, they are switching for remote as a needs, but the mindset, it's a totally traditional company that people are in the office, but somehow they are now
Yeah.
spread at their houses, at their homes. But one day when this is finished, we all be in the office again and again, 9 to 6, and that's it, 1 hour lunch, and let's work, people.
Yeah. No change in terms of mindsets, and yeah, and it's like going back
Yep.
years and years and years, and that actually gives us a starting point for my next question, which is, okay, can you identify opportunities of working from home, both for workers and for companies?
Yeah, I can tell you that a lot of people, they prefer to be at home because they are more comfortable. It's easier to then grab something to eat or to have more support in terms of family, or even the kids, again, to go and drop the kids and get the kids back home. So for a lot of people, I believe that this can be part of the future. So imagine I can work like 4 days at home and then one day go to the office. But in the same way, the companies will, the ones that want to, will change the way that they are designing the offices. So maybe they will have like hubs or different small offices. So I believe in the future it could be like a mix and an hybrid, that you have people working from home. Today I'm feeling like working from home because I will have more silence so I can produce everything. But tomorrow I want to go to the office because I want to chit chat with that. I want to go to the coffee machine and I need to have a meeting with that person in that room. Could be a mix.
Yeah, and let's be honest. I mean, now everyone is talking about home office, home office, home office, because we were we were actually forced to do
Yeah.
that. But let's be honest, even before COVID, there were a lot of companies already super flexible. I know some of them, super flexible in terms of, okay, once a week you work from home,
I was,
or
I was doing that. I was doing that once a week. I was
Siemens,
working from home.
Siemens, right?
No, 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 no. Even in this one that I'm doing right now, I was in one of like Wednesday. I was like, okay, Wednesday I work from home because it's like splitting the week. So I work and I go. No, was really
there are a lot of companies with that flexibility, with that mindset already, even prior to the pandemic. So, what other specific opportunities can you share with our listeners in terms of specific opportunities for workers and companies in this of working from home?
I think that will be more, you will create a more focused way. So you will work when you need to work and you will go to the office when you need to go to the office. Again,
Exactly.
in terms of also energy, because a lot of people, you used to talk about the commuting, right? The way that the time that you spend going to the office and then go back home and then, oh my God, so many hours in the traffic. But nowadays we miss that because it's like to switch off, because we are switching off from the company and then we are connecting to our personal life. But well, again, I think that could be, we need, again, balance, because balance, I think it's the key and it's so difficult to get. And a lot of resources that will not be wasted. It's not even like, it's more than investment and cost, is really the wasting that we were creating. Imagine the amount of money that you used to spend in travel expenses or flights, hotels and everything. So we can be smarter. I think this is the opportunity to be smarter and grow as a company and also as a human being. So the resources, they will end one day. So maybe I can stay today at home and maybe tomorrow I can go to the office. Or imagine even the geographic. Right now I'm in Oporto. I'm not working in Lisbon, and I get the opportunity myself. Okay, if they telling me that I can work remotely, so I can change my life. I can give me myself an opportunity to live a different thing. So I came to Porto again. When this finish again, maybe I will go to the office 1 week on a month. But once I decided to go, I will have everything organized. I will power all the week in terms of, okay, I'm going there. I need to be very productive and I will do everything that I want. So I think that we can be smarter as companies and as human beings.
It's very interesting what you're saying. It's the mindset of working smarter, not harder, not necessarily harder.
Yay!
Would you say that, or what would you say that people can do in their companies in order to influence or change the mindset of some more traditional and conservative companies? Is that something that employees can do regardless of their a role hierarchically in the company? Is that something that we all together and people can do in order to influence their business units, their executive directors, or anything that we can do to help companies who are more skeptical or more conservative in changing this mindset of, okay, you have to be at the office from 9 to 6 or 9 to whatever, because that's where the productivity really takes place. So do you think that we can do something, we can all do our part to help influence in a positive way the changing process for companies in that matter?
Yes, that's a good question, because I really think that we are the company. Our team is our company. It's not even my business unit or my team, or my business is my company. And I love when people say, oh, my company, I don't like this. Oh, my company. Where is your company? It's seated on the third floor, like waiting for you. No, you are your company. If you don't like it, speak up. Share. I know that a lot of people have fear to share or have some doubts in sharing things.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you are not happy, if you are not, if that is not aligned with your purpose as a human being, as someone that has a limited life, so why are you there? Maybe you need to change something. And I'm really open on this, and I had like a lot of conversations about this. I know that it's not easy to stop and go on a different way, but sometimes it's the best way. I believe that we can change companies. I believe that we do the companies. I believe that we are the culture of the company, and we need to challenge our leadership teams, and we need to go and why this and not this.
Question things, questions. Don't settle for everything. And I think that actually, no matter how conservative and traditional company it can be, top management and executive, they really want to be questioned.
Yes, they
Sometimes
want to.
they do.
Yeah, but you know that the most of people, they will say, okay, 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 and they will not say no because of this, and I think this, because it's easier to point a finger. But okay, you can point a finger, but then you need to give solutions, you need to give ideas, you need to be brave in terms of, I don't believe in this, I think this, but I think I can do this. And someone, probably, I hope so, will be the sponsor for your idea. You need to challenge, and it's not like a fight. It's not like me against you. It's me. Open your eyes. It's me helping you to see things on a different way. So again, be humble and share things, and be brave in terms of, okay, I started, my biggest challenge was when the CFO came to me on my previous company and told me that I want to this. And I was like, no, makes no sense. And the guys were like looking at me, oh, she's telling no to the CFO. And I was making no sense.
And you explain why it didn't make sense. Sure. So yeah, when you have the arguments that support your opinion, it's just more than an opinion. It's not an opinion that, oh, well, my feeling is that it's not going to work out.
Challenge leadership. It's not like they are the bosses and they tell what we want to do. No, let's switch the thing.
Well, yeah, exactly, and it's definitely many times a matter of mindset, because a lot of people think that by questioning things and by questioning people, that you're entering into a confrontation that will escalate, and it doesn't need to be. You're just asking a question, even if it's a provoking question it can be in a good way. So it can be a question that drives people to think differently, and you don't settle for the status quo. That's definitely a very important piece of advice that you're sharing, is that people can obviously be humble, but they can actually change and influence how things are going, right?
The opportunities are when you decide to ask something, why? Start with why. So why should I need to do this, and why should I do this like you are telling me? Why shouldn't we do this on a different way? Getting this space for a new opportunity, new solution, a new way. And who knows, fail fast, fail smart. So go again. It's okay. It's living.
That is so true, so true. Liliana, we are running out of time. Last but not least, I want you to share one last message for our listeners and viewers in terms of home office. Any message, tip, advice that you want to share, want to leave us with?
Well, I think that nothing lasts forever, so let's enjoy the ride. It's really like, I think that we only live once, right? So let's take this as part of the challenge, part of the journey. Today we are working from home because we need to, but someday somehow we will work from home because we want to, or we're working on a different part of the world because we need to, or because we want to. This is life. We are not under control, and we are living our lives the best way that we can. So let's be kind, and let's smile and live before we die. That's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you once again for your time, for your answers, for your positive energy. And it was a pleasure having you here. I'm sure we'll have the opportunity to have other conversations in the future. As for us, you guys know the drill. Follow us on all the social media. Our podcast will be available on Spotify, on YouTube. Follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, all the social networks. So stay tuned for more updates. Stay safe.
Thank you.